Hello, welcome to MTurk Guide. Usually I do a lot of my recording at night when the house is a bit quieter, but today I was working and Pics from Above posted, and it's probably best if I do it in a webcast rather than screenshots. So I wanted to quickly hop on and do this for everybody who might be thinking about doing these. The qualification from Pics from Above, generally they have a bunch of different ones that post, but this particular one and most of them are approval rating is not less than 95%, so you need to be 95% or above. And then it says campaign underscore 1433 has been granted. And that will cause a couple of things. First of all, it won't show up in your hits available to you if you don't have that qualification. So you might be kind of blind to the fact that these are available, but they're great for newbies because the qualification is 95% or more. So as long as you've been keeping your percentages up, you should have no problem meeting this qualification. So what you would do is once you found it, you could go ahead and if you happen to do it from the search page where you just, if you go up to the top here and you type in, Pics from Above, it'll bring it up and it'll say, you're not authorized or you don't have the qualifications, request qualification, and then you do that. But another way of doing qualifications is if you go to the qualifications tab here, and then you type in the requester name or the name of the qual if you happen to know it. It takes a few minutes to spin because there are just a lot of qualifications in the system. And then what you do is once you get back what you're looking for, you would locate the qualification that you're looking for. In this case, I already have the qualification, so I can't request it, but I'm going to show you with another qualification. Let me just double check that it's... Okay, this one I'm not sure what it's for, but I'm going to go ahead and request it anyway. So you find the one you're looking for, and in this case, you would be looking for this one, 1443. But let's say it for hypothetical sake, it was 1367. So you hit request this qualification, and then numerous things could happen depending on how the requester has set it up. You can have a test, you can request it, and they have to approve it, or like in this case, you can request it, and your qualification value, which is 0, now is a 1, you can go back and you can start accepting those hits that are under that qualification. So that's how Pics from Above is set up. And a lot of people sometimes don't realize that they can in fact do them. They just have to go find the qualification. So a couple things about the requester. I've had a really good experience with this requester. I haven't had any rejections from them. I have heard of people getting warnings about their consistency. So as I always tell you folks, just make sure you're doing the best possible job that you can do. The price, it's 18 cents, and they ask you to go through 50 images. It actually goes a lot quicker than you would think, so don't panic at the sound of 50 images. They have dropped the price. They used to be higher than this, but today is, I think, September 28th. It's been a little slow today. So for me, it's worth it to do these at 18 cents a pop because I can fly through them. But for others, it may not be worth it. So that's for you to decide. I can't tell you what to do. I can just tell you what I know. It's a good requester. The pay is decent. It's not great. But you can go through these pretty quickly. Sometimes their servers kind of choke up. In which case, I just leave the tab open, I go on to do something else, and I come back to it once it's freed up a little bit. Sometimes you'll get one and it's partially done. That's because sometimes when people do them and return them, it holds the previous information. So some people return them, some people just finish them up and move forward, totally up to you. But essentially what you're doing is you're locating in aerial images, solar panels, pools. Sometimes they're looking for construction barriers, random stuff. In this case, we're looking for swimming pools, and I'm going to run through the one really quickly. Now, remember, in the swimming pools one, the water can be blue, like a beautiful blue color, like this one right here. It can be more of a dark color, like this one, or this one down here. You want to look at a combination of water with the watercolor and the shape of the pool, what you think may be a pool. Sometimes they're tennis courts. So like this one up here, I can't really say if that's a tennis court or what it is, but that's not the one in question. The one in question is in the pink box here. So you come over here and you just choose the best label. In this case, I'm saying no, I don't see one. And when you click it, it just basically, when it's working, I'm lagging because I'm in my webcast, and then I think it's lagging a little bit in general here. But you just click the one that you want, and it will move forward in an ideal world. And then you can either do there's swimming pool, there's no swimming pool, it's too cloudy to tell. Sometimes you'll get like a white screen. That's the example of too cloudy to tell. So remember, you're looking in they say it's supposed to be a polygon, but I've gotten all sorts of weird shapes. So whatever's within the pink box is what you're looking at. And then over here, you have how many you have left to do. And then, yeah, I'm locking myself up here. It's not the system at this point. And then you can zoom in and out. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm actually going to get out of it, and I'm going to go back in to it and see if I can start it over. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get too far through this because there's a few things going on for me. One, I'm running a webcast, so sometimes when I do that and I try to do some hits that are a little bit intensive, my computer lags. Also, they have been running a little slow today because it is a slower day, and I think a lot of people are trying to do them. I'm also a little far away from my Wi-Fi than I usually am, since I'm trying to hide from everybody else in the house. And then my battery life is actually going downhill right now because I usually when I come to do a webcast, I'm like super charged up, but not today. It's not my usual webcast time. You guys can tell I'm a little out of sorts. Okay, so right back to where I was on 2. The picture is different though, and I don't see a swimming pool there. Okay, this looks like it's gonna go. No swimming pool here. Lots of water, no swimming pool. That one I'm gonna say too cloudy to tell because I can't see what's underneath those trees. I don't see any swimming pool there. So, it's, again, even though this one's cloudy, I don't see a swimming pool in there. So you got to use your best judgment. I mean, you're going to get some big ones here. Some of them are really obvious, like these ones that appear to be like larger plots of property and farms and stuff. And then you get kind of these, neighborhoods that almost everybody has a pool, but I believe that to be a pool right there. So I'm going to mark it as such, and again, you just need to use your best guess. I don't like to use the word guess, but your best informed decision. Sometimes there'll be a pool on the edge and it's up to you to sort of decide, I think that belongs to this house, so I'm going to say no. When you first do these, do take the time to read the instructions on the first page, and read it when you're doing a different topic. Like if you're moving to solar panels for the first time, just read it. It is informative. It'll give you a little bit of information to help you identify what you're looking for. But I would say that normally I can get through one of these 50 images in about anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes. As I said, it's a number of factors that I'm basing that on. This one's a little tough. I don't think there's anything. There's a number of factors, depending on what my internet's like that day, how MTurk is working that day, any number of things. So, as I said, the pay isn't super duper great, but today has been a little bit on the slow side for me. Additionally, I'm taking time to try to do some slideshows and webcasts for you all, so my time isn't as it usually is. I usually run Hit Scraper in the background and try to poke around and see what's available at any given time. So I'm really not searching like I normally would either. So again, there's my swimming pool right there that I'm looking for. Everybody's game on this is a little bit different. And, you may look at this and say, this is not, for me, I don't like looking at this stuff, or this is not enough pay for my time. There are no scripts that I know of that make this any easier. So, as I said, I would recommend you at least give it a go and see if it, given your computer setup and your internet, if you can get through it quickly, and see if it will work for you. The prices do vary is another thing I'd bring up. Yesterday, these same ones were 20 cents. Today, they're 18. I don't know how they decide the pricing, but it does fluctuate a bit. So, you've got to take a look and see if it's worth your time. This is something that I can do while I'm watching TV very easily. Just, I probably go slower when I'm doing it on, while I'm watching TV, but I get it done. So that's the point. I think I've rambled on long enough, and I've kind of showed you enough of these. So I'll leave it at that. As usual, if you have any questions, please let me know. I can put a Panda link for this one, but this is one that changes their Panda link fairly often. So I don't want to give you something that's not going to be a good solid link. So I would suggest that you do a requester search in Panda Crazy if you really want to grab these. As I said, be aware that when they put the new batches up, that sometimes the qualification is new, and so you'd actually have to go into the hits search for Pics from Above as the requester, and then look through and see what campaign is required in order for yourself to go grab that campaign and be able to do it. So, just a little bit of the nuances with this one. So again, don't take my experience here on the webcast as indicative of how it is with them. Like I said, there are a lot of factors here that are running against me in trying to do this for you, but I did get through a bunch of them for you. So hopefully this was helpful. As always, comment, like, subscribe, tell me what you need, and I will try to answer you as soon as I possibly can. Thanks, everybody. Hope you're having a great Turking day.